So we're gonna start our meeting. This is on, right? We always start with the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you'll stand and repeat the pledge, that'd be great.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Welcome to our Midvale Planning Commission meeting tonight. We're glad to see you here. And we need to have a roll call. We have a few excused people, don't we?
Chair Anderson.
Here.
Vice Chair Erickson.
Here.
Commissioner Tippett is excused. Commissioner Snow is excused. Commissioner Lidke.
Here.
Commissioner Edwards is excused, and Commissioner Kasparian is excused.
We're sparse, but we're mighty.
Yes.
Okay, did we get a chance to review the minutes?
Yes,
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from November 12th, 2025.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Tonight's public hearing, we have several items that we're going to go through, and I don't know how do we want to do this?
I think we're going to go one by one.
Are we going to go one by one? Is that what we decided? Okay. Daniel Herzog requests the preliminary subdivision approval for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision located at 8503 South Iris Lumai Lane, amending Lot 205 of Jordan Heights at View 78 Phase 2 subdivision in the Jordan Bluffs sub-area 1 through 3 development, JB 1-3 Pod C zone. Jonathan.
Thanks, Chair Anderson. So like you said, you guys have previously seen the Jordan Heights at View 78 Phase 2 subdivision back in October. So these are just coming back. They'll be coming back in phases for the individual condominium buildings. Tonight on the agenda is 205, 206, 212, and 216 for the amendments to those lots. This is in the Jordan Bluffs area on the south end of the city on 700 West. This first item is for 205. I've got it marked here on the original plat. And then this is the proposed plat with the condominium building, common area, etc. And this is the units themselves. I've not received any public comment written prior to the meeting. We have found that staff, it meets all of the requirements for subdivision. This will apply to all of the next three items as well. And we're just putting a condition on it for the recording of the original plat, which they are working on. Any questions for me?
No, not at this time.
Thank you. So this is a public hearing, so the public is free to come up and talk about this if they'd like to. Don't all run up here.
Seeing there's no comment, I move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Do you need to go to legal?
Legal, do we have anything?
Yeah, so this is an administrative decision for the commission to make. If it does meet the requirements of our code, you are required to approve it. If it does not, you can approve it with conditions as such as recommended.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I move that we approve the preliminary subdivision for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision amending Lot 205 of the Jordan Heights at View 78, Phase 2 subdivision with the findings and condition noted in the staff report.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Chair Anderson.
Yes,
Vice Chair Erickson.
Yes.
Commissioner Lidke.
Yes.
The motion passes.
thank you. Do I need to go all of these? Okay. Daniel Herzog requests preliminary subdivision approval for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision located at 717 West Coho Lane, amending Lot 206 of the Jordan Heights Avenue 78 Phase 2 subdivision in the Jordan Bluff sub-areas 1 through 3 development zone.
I'll just drive from over here. So this is for the lot 206, as I mentioned, in the same area. It's marked here on the overall plat, and the same findings and conditions as the previous item are our recommendation. And I will note this, where this one is 206 is where there will be a trailhead to the Jordan River that they're installing, the Jordan River Trail. You can see that in the hatching in the top right-hand corner. That's where the trailhead will be.
Cool.
So does this have a condition too or not?
Yeah, it should have the same condition.
Okay, yep. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, and we'll open this to the public.
Seeing there's no comments, I make a motion to close the public comment.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
I move that we approve the preliminary subdivision for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision, amending Lot 206 of the Jordan Heights at View 78 Phase 2 subdivision with the findings and condition noted in the staff report.
Second?
Could I have a roll call vote?
Chair Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Erickson,
Yes.
Commissioner Lidke.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. Next, we have same Daniel Herzog requests preliminary subdivision approval for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision located at 8498 South Magic Opal Lane, amending Lot 212 of Jordan Heights at View 78 Phase 2 subdivision in the Jordan Bluffs sub-area 1 through 3 development zone.
I'll just run through this one more time. It's lot 212 for this item
Yeah.
that they're amending. And it's the same findings and conditions as the previous ones.
Okay. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, we'll open this to the public.
Seeing there's no comments, I make a motion we close the public hearing.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
I move that we approve the preliminary subdivision for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision, amending Lot 212 of the Jordan Heights at View 78 Phase 2 subdivision with the findings and condition noted in the staff report.
Second?
Could I get a roll call vote?
Chair Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Erickson,
Yes.
Commissioner Lidke.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is Daniel Herzog requests preliminary subdivision approval for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision located at 748 West Pink Frost Lane, amending Lot 216 of Jordan Heights at View 78 Phase 2 subdivision in the Jordan Bluff sub-areas 1 through 3 development zone.
Okay, this is the last one of these. That's lot 216. They're off of Bingham Junction Boulevard. Same findings and conditions apply to this one.
Okay, any questions?
Nope.
Great. Open this to a public.
Seeing there's no public comment, I move that we close the public hearing portion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Could
I move that we approve the preliminary subdivision for a 10-unit residential condominium subdivision amending Lot 216 of Jordan Heights at View 78, Phase 2 subdivision with the findings and condition noted in the staff report.
I second.
roll call?
Chair Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Erickson,
Yes.
Commissioner Lidke.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Groundhog Day done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Herzog.
Okay, next on our agenda, we move to item F, the Midvale City initiated request to modify Midvale Municipal Code Section 17-7-11.11, the MS-FBC Zone Administration to allow the rebuilding of non-conforming structures. Vandelin?
The excitement.
I
Something's
know, it's
different.
building.
Yeah.
I will advance this. You have a printout of the new text, just to make it a little easier, because it's not that visible on the screen.
We can see that perfectly.
Yes, I sure can, so I have a printout too. So I leave the current text up so that you can compare a little bit. This amendment's purpose is really to enable applicants on Main Street here in the form-based code area to be able to rebuild their structures. And I mean, normally rebuilding is associated with some type of a calamity. Structure burns down, there's an earthquake, it collapses. In this case, it would be a special case. I mean, we have quite a few structures on Main Street that are, you know, one could say genuinely old for our environment, and with age sometimes comes, you know, an obsolescence that's so far along that it makes the structure unsafe. So let's say you have a foundation that is not up to current building code and may potentially be unsafe. What do? You can maybe fix it with everything staying in place, or you could rebuild the entire structure, and with that probably in the end have a structure that's more functional and more compliant with code. And that's what this is trying to do. The way the language, when you look at your printout, has been sort of restructured is that first you deal with, you know, the routine cases. If someone has a repair, it's a non-conforming structure, but they need to repair something, that's allowed, and that's under the alteration term in the ordinance. Paragraph 2 then goes to expansion and rebuilding. In that case, the first reference is to the use section. So the new language says non-conforming structures may be expanded or rebuilt if the following conditions are met. The first being the use of the non-conforming structure is allowed under section 17.7.11.3. If you go back in the code, 17.7.11.3 is the use section, so this ensures that for whatever purpose it's done in order to have something from now on forward that's conforming. So in practice that would mean on Main Street, on the main floor of the building, a restaurant, for example, or a retail store. Then under subparagraph B, we introduce a little bit of wiggle room. So this paragraph then says the building footprint of the rebuilt or expanded non-conforming structure does not exceed 20% of the non-conforming structure's building footprint in existence when this chapter originally took effect. If I translate that, basically it means you can expand in the rebuilding process, you are allowed to expand the structure by up to 20%. However, that's qualified under subparagraph C. The expanded or rebuilt non-conforming structure either matches the aesthetics of the original non-conforming structure or is in conformance with the requirements of 17.7.11.6. 17.7.11.6 is the building type section within the form-based code, and that's the section that most of all focuses on the aesthetics. What do the windows look like? Are there compartmentalizations in the buildings so that the buildings, have more of a human scale to them and a better street presence? And so the new part here is that you can either, if you're rebuilding, if you're matching what used to be there, that's fine. Otherwise, you need to conform with what the building type tells you to do. And so the practical application of this would be, like many of the structures we have, they may be old, they may need, a lot of investment, but you can restore what has been there up to this point in time. So there's now a bit of a choice, and it would help the city to have more of an incentive on the developers and to preserve structures that are there. So that's really what this amendment is all about. Do you have any questions?
Is there any way to determine how far structurally or how far the building goes where it would be able to comply with a rebuild? Is there any determination, or is it just kind of up to the pennies and cents?
Well, it's, the operating term in the ordinance is, let's see if I can put my finger on it here. It's really in paragraph 2, the different criteria need to be met.
Okay.
It doesn't really go into any type of an analysis that says.
Doesn't give a magnitude of.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Would we need to do something like that, do you think? Wouldn't that be kind of,
Yeah, that could be prohibitive.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
What in practice happens is a potential developer would really look at the goal of their project and then
Yeah.
where the costs fall.
Right, okay.
Would it be cheaper to just tear it out and rebuild it to the same specs or close to it,
Yeah.
or use what's existing there? And
Yeah.
like the one across the street, you can't use what's existing because it's not up to code and it's not sound and safe, and so,
Yeah.
I think every project will be very different.
yeah.
Yeah, especially
Everything
when
will
we're talking about
change.
non-conforming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think it gives them a little bit of flexibility so that if you rebuild it, you can rebuild it better, but yet, and sometimes that means making it a little bit larger
Yeah.
to make it fit code and aesthetics, but yet you're not giving them free rein to just go crazy,
Right.
and then you have a product that
Yeah.
doesn't match what we're trying to do with Main Street.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And what you could potentially see is also that it just becomes more functional because the dimensions and order structures they're just different than what's
Yeah.
functional nowadays.
It's really hard to space plan in some of the older layouts.
Yeah.
What was functional 150 years ago is not quite as functional now, and so we need to
Yeah.
have some room to make it.
Okay,
And the other thing maybe to keep in the back of your mind, if there's a building that's on the historic register, then that's a totally different story. That's just simply a different mechanism.
right.
All new hoops for that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I guess we'll need to open that
Yeah,
to the public.
so the public hearing is open?
It is.
Okay. Anyone comments?
Seeing there's no one coming forward, I make a motion we close the public hearing for this.
Do you need to talk to legal?
Second it.
Oh, second. There's so few of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Next is.
Oh, wait, we
Oh.
still need to do the motion.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I move that we recommend to modify Midvale Municipal Codes Section 17-7-11.11 MSFBC Zone Administration to allow for rebuilding of non-conforming structures with the findings noted in the staff report.
I second.
Roll call?
Chair Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Erickson,
Yes.
Commissioner Lidke.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. Next is Midvale City request preliminary subdivision approval for a two-lot subdivision located at 362 West Center Street in the single-family residential SF2 zone. Adam? Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you, my handouts.
I know. It's like Christmas.
Hot off the press.
I think this is the only thing that changed from it.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
I know what this is.
Thank you, Chair and Planning Commissioners. You may be fewer in number tonight, but no less powerful, so thank you for being here. We needed this meeting to happen, so. This is a preliminary plan for what we're just calling the City Park subdivision. So on the screen is the plat. It's a two-lot subdivision plat. Really what it does is Lot 1 will remain in City Park use, and Lot 2 is intended to be sold to Salt Lake County for a new library. We don't have any plans for the library, but this proposed Lot 2 is what they feel is sufficient and will suit their needs for a new library, and we'll see that likely in the coming year as plans for that get finalized. Another thing that this plat does is it formally dedicates Chapel Street on the west, which we found out had not been done. And then it also proposes a shared parking area for both the park and the library. The library lot itself will have additional parking, but this is to the north there where it says shared access and parking. That will be between both the city and the county, but we as a city wanted to maintain ownership of that. It's pretty straightforward. If there are any questions, I can try to answer those. Otherwise, what I've given you, the only difference on what I've given you versus what's on the screen is there was a discrepancy in the boundary description, which somewhere in here, the county surveyor caught that, and then our surveyor adjusted that just earlier today. And so per the county's recommendation, the boundary description was just altered just a little bit to more accurately reflect what the lot is. It was there were some numbers or something was transposed, and so they just fixed it. But I gave that to you just so you have the correct version.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions, Brad?
No.
Okay, this is a public hearing, so you're welcome to come up and comment if you have any comments.
Yeah, can we get what you guys got?
We have extras because there's so few of us.
Yeah, take these.
You just need to come forward and state your name so we can have it on the record if you have any comment.
It's more of a question, I suppose. My name's Jody Jensen. Do you need my address?
No.
No.
We just had a question as to how big the intended building was supposed to be, because we're located within that 500 feet. Any ideas?
We do not have any plans yet for the library. We don't have any conceptual plans, so I cannot say for sure what the footprint will be or what the ultimate size is. This just divides off the piece of property that they would like to use, and then we'll be working closely with them as plans move forward. So feel free to contact us if you'd like, but
And you
I
want
don't
to sell
have anything.
is it 2/3 of the front of the park that you're?
It's just lot 2, so right there at the corner of Chapel and Center Street. That's the area that would be the new library.
Yeah, so it says the frontage for Lot 2 is 429 feet, and then the frontage for the remaining park is 238 feet. So,
about 2/3.
yeah, about.
And how deep does it go? When you're, like, if I'm looking at it across the
260
street,
feet.
and where's that in relationship to the tennis courts?
The tennis courts are further north.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're undisturbed. They're further
They're
north,
like-
I think, than that.
they're up above
Yeah.
where you have your
This is like
parking
the
lot?
Boys and girls.
Yeah, that's the Boys and Girls Club right there.
So then the
Okay.
tennis courts would be over here.
All right. Okay, thank you
There's
for
some
answering our
playground,
questions.
there's some playground equipment on what is now Lot 2 that will be rebuilt and moved somewhere else.
Okay,
But none of the tennis courts will be.
okay.
They're not touched.
So it's mostly the parking lot and then part of the park frontage?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anyone else?
I'm seeing that there's no more comments. I move that we close the public hearing portion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Let's make a motion. If we can make one up, would be great.
we're lost
Thank
without
you.
our recommended motion.
I move that we approve the preliminary subdivision located at 362 West Center Street with the findings included in the staff report.
I second.
Roll call?
Chair Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Erickson,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludke.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Another step to having a library.
Thank you. That'll be
A new
nice.
library.
A new library would be great. We have a library. Okay, next, we have the Fashion Place West Station Area Plan, and Adam will also be presenting that.
Thank you, Chair. You may be wondering why we are looking at a station area plan that largely lies in Murray, seeing as the Fashion Place West Station is in Murray, just north of Winchester, a little ways north of here. I've included this vicinity map. This shows kind of all of the stations that really relate to Midvale. So you've recently, or within the last year or so, have seen station area plans. Whoa, almost broke that. For the Midvale Center Station, the Midvale Fort Union, the Bingham Junction, and then as part of Bingham Junction, there was the historic Gardner Station as well. We partnered with West Jordan on those because they overlap each other. So Fashion Place West, there's a little bit of Midvale that this encompasses, and because of that, we as a city need to adopt a station area plan. So we partnered with Murray, received funding through WFRC, and it was great for us. We did not, the city did not have any match with this. This was fully covered by a grant through WFRC, largely because our portion was so small. And I'm going to zoom in just so you can see how much of Midvale this covers. Here we go. We're coming in a little closer. You can see the tracks line there, and then Cottonwood is just to the west of the tracks. And what's the one further west? I can't remember what that one's called. So yeah, you can see it's just a few properties here in Midvale. And then let's go even closer. And then you can see where the Fort Union Station just barely overlaps this one. So we're not talking about a lot of area in Midvale, but because it does overlap, we have to consider it. So here are the recommendations of the station area plan. You can see, again, largely most of it's in Murray, and it covers over near Fashion Place Mall, State Street, largely along Winchester, and then north and south of 215. The portion that lies in Midvale is right down here at the bottom, down here. And the plan recommends what they're calling a jobs and housing mixed-use land use. So as this area redevelops, the recommendation is that we have zoning in place, or that could be in place, to address a mixed-use zone in that area. Thankfully, because of the Fort Union Station area plan that we approved about a year or so ago, we have that in place. And we would just extend that zoning to the north, to the Murray border, and then Murray would have a similar zone coming south. So that's it. That's the grand plan. So I can answer any questions if you have any, but we're happy to get this one done and report to WFRC that we have yet finished what we need to on this.
Nice.
So.
Any questions for Adam?
No, seems pretty straightforward.
Nice. This again is a public hearing, so we can open that to the public if you have any comments.
Seeing there are none, I make a motion to close the public hearing.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
You want to go? I
I
can.
move that we recommend approval of the Fashion Place West Station area plan.
I second.
Roll call?
Chair Anderson,
Yes?
Vice Chair Erickson?
Yes?
Commissioner Lidke?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you very much. So that's all for our public hearing, and now we have a staff update and some other business.
Yeah, we'll first talk about the meeting schedule. There was a little faux pas, I
Yeah.
would say.
We're not going to be here on the holiday, we've decided.
Yes, so last meeting, you adopted the schedule for next year. We realized that the November meeting we scheduled on Veterans Day when City Hall is closed. So we just bumped that to the November 18th of next year if that meeting is needed. So it's the only change.
Okay. Do we need to do anything, or it's just done?
No,
Nice.
you don't need to.
Next, we have the planning department report.
Yes. The one item I have for you is the following. We talked a little bit about what type of training we want to do next year. And I looked around, what's available. And we could invite someone from the Property Rights Ombudsman's office. They do this for free. On their website, they have a list of topics, and we can tell them if we are interested in something in particular. I'll read the list to you real quick. If there's something that strikes your fancy, I can relay that to them. Alternative forms of dispute resolution, avoiding land use related lawsuits, and with that also best practices for county and municipal governments. That may be something for us, I think. They can talk about recent legislative changes that may not come into play depending on when they come.
Yeah, next summer might be better for that.
Yeah.
Land use laws and practice, eminent domain laws and practice, takings laws and practice, and that I would say takings laws that really does relate also to best practices, because if you don't, keep to the best practices from that more legal perspective, then that's the type of legal problem you might run into. Exactions, conditional uses and variances. Variances you really don't deal with, but conditional uses you do. And appeals procedures for land use decisions, and you don't really deal with that very much either.
There was the one you recommended.
I think the best practices sounds good. I mean,
Yeah.
just overall, like a
Yeah.
reminder.
I think so.
And then also the legislative one, maybe later in the year after
Yeah.
this session.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be great.
okay.
Yeah.
That's our vote. All in
All right.
favor, aye. Okay.
And then I will contact them and see if they can come on a planning
That'd be
commission
great.
night, and
Yeah.
depending on if we have items, especially if we don't, then we would just make it a
That would
workshop.
be really great.
A training,
Yeah,
get those hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
Okay.
good.
So
Sounds
that's
great.
everything I have from the department, other than to tell you thank you for your service and Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You as well.
Yeah.
And I have one more thing. I forwarded an email to you guys on Monday, also from the Property Rights Ombudsman's office. It's just a survey that they sent out.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you could just complete that for them, that'd be awesome.
Done.
Of course. I'm sure.
I'm not
Thanks,
sure I
Sharon.
opened it yet.
It feels like it was 3 weeks ago to me.
It does.
So. All right.
Thank you.
I move that we adjourn at 6:35.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you very much, you guys.